I love everybody. Everybody. What's going on, y'all? Welcome to the latest edition of First Take. Molly is out yet again. She'll be all right. She'll be back, okay? But I'm here in the driver's seat today. So let me give you a little refresher of the rules and regulations as Kendrick Perkins and Brian Windhorst are here. Rules. Wait to speak until called upon by the host. That would be me, Perk. No cussing, no mean mugging, Perk. Okay, Wendy, especially on a day like today, I will be addressed as Stephen A. or Mr. Stephen A., okay? Don't badmouth the producers. And oh, by the way, no rude reactions, and don't interrupt me, Perk, to talk about what I'm supposed to be doing, because this is what Molly does. No, I'm hosting, and the New York Knicks are up 1-0, okay? So let's get right into it, okay? As the world knows now, my New York Knicks pulled off a stunning Game 1, beating the Celtics in overtime, 108-105. They stormed back from a 20-point deficit with a full team effort. OG Anunoby had 29. Captain Clutch himself, Jalen Brunson, Clutch Player of the Year, turned it on again in the fourth quarter. But then Mikal Bridges played lockdown D in overtime to steal home court. Meanwhile, Jayson Tatum had a fourth quarter to forget, of course. Through the first three quarters, Tatum had 19 points while shooting 43% from the field. He then combined to go 1 for 9 from the field in the fourth quarter and overtime in Monday night's Game 1 loss to the Knicks, ending the game with 23 points, 16 rebounds, and 6 assists. So, Wendy, we'll come to you first. What was the biggest reason the Knicks won Game 1? I'm listening, my brother.
I got to tell you, the TD Garden was hollowing out here in Boston last night. It was quiet, and all of a sudden, from the rafters, I hear, Stephen A. And I said, he's in L.A. Now, I don't want to take anything away from the Knicks because it was there, and Brunson and Jalen Brunson and Mikal Bridges and Josh Hart, who we haven't given enough credit to while we've talked about this game, they took it. But this was a story of the Celtics letting the Knicks off the hook. I have never seen a display, even by the standards of the Celtics, who frankly have achieved new frontiers of what it looks like to shoot up a ton of threes. They've never done this before. They were chucking like I've never seen them chuck. And there was at one point in the third quarter where they took 19 out of 20 shots were threes. They got up 20 points in this game, and their next 10 shots were threes, and they missed all of them. They let the Knicks off the hook repeatedly down the stretch of this game. They would run some action on offense. They would get a favorable matchup. Jayson Tatum in front of Jalen Brunson. Jayson Tatum on a slower Karl Towns. And they would let him off the hook. More than half of their three-pointers came in the first half of the shot clock. Totally the definition of settling. And so, man, the Knicks did a great job getting this game, but they had to get the game the way that the Celtics let them off the hook with those three-pointers.
I did not like your tone at all in that opening segment. I'm going to give Perk a chance to respond. I did not like your tone, Wendy. Perk, I'm going to give you a chance to do better. Go ahead.
The Knicks took that game. They took that game. Wendy, don't start with all that. They had the favorable matchup. No, they didn't. What happened was Tom Thibodeau went in there in the locker room before the second half, and he got on their ass about physicality and playing some damn defense. And we saw the New York Knicks starting to get active far as their activity on their deflections, the steals in the passing lane, the offensive rebounds, getting to the 50-50 ball. We saw Jalen Brunson time and time again try to get searched out. Either he was hedging out on the pick and rolls, or he was sitting down and he was getting in the defensive stance, sliding those feet. And offensively, they did exactly what they were supposed to do. You had some great production off the bench from Deuce McBride, OG Anunoby, 2025 version of Scottie Pippen with 29 points. Josh Hart, Swiss Army knife, cut you everywhere but loose. And all of a sudden, we saw Big Body Brunson in the fourth quarter do his damn thing. take over, trying to switch old man Al Horford, who by the way, did a hell of a job defensively, but great offense beat good defense any damn day. I'm not taking anything away from the Knicks. And last but not least, Wendy, you know this. The Celtics this season, they have a history. They have a history of blowing leads. We was covering it one day and we saw it with the Cavs. They was up by 25, I believe it was, first half, and the Cavs walked them down like the last leg of a 4x4. So let's not sit up here and act like this is not the norm when it comes down to the Boston Celtics. Just give yourself a chance. That's what the Knicks done.
I recognize the fact that you got to win 4 games to win a series. I understand that, and the Boston Celtics should still be the favorites. I get all of that. But damn it, we can talk about that another day. This morning, right now, it's orange and blue skies, baby. It's orange and blue skies. That's what we're talking about here. I saw my man Jalen Brunson. Yeah, not once. Yeah, not twice. Yeah, this is what the man did in the fourth quarter. I saw them down 20 in the third quarter, and they come storming back. I love the fact that they started off the fourth quarter with scoring 8 straight points. I love that. You understand? That's what I'm talking about. I saw Jayson Tatum held to 0 for 7 shooting in the fourth quarter. I saw Mikal Bridges, who was struggling throughout, hit a 3 in overtime to put him up 106-100. I saw not 1 but 2 steals of Jaylen Brown. I saw a block of a Drew Holiday 3-point attempt. That's what I saw from Mikal Bridges. I saw Karl Anthony Towns getting in foul trouble, playing by foul trouble, still giving you a double-double. I saw OG Anunoby, that dude right there, you understand, dropped 29, whether it was a 3, whether it was a tomahawk slam, whether it was going to the hole when necessary. That's what I saw. I saw Jalen Brunson dropped 29 points, including being Mr. Clutch himself, the clutch player of the year. And I saw the New York Knicks 0-10 against the top 3 teams in the NBA this season. Okay, go on the road in Boston, remain undefeated on the road in this postseason, knocking off the Boston Celtics. It ain't their fault that Boston settled for 3 points, shooting 3-pointers all day long, missing 45 3-pointers. That ain't the New York Knicks' fault. Ain't nobody tell the Boston Celtics to exercise that kind of game plan. So as we look at this right now, and we see the New York Knicks up 1-0 in this series. Now, if you go back to the Garden, okay, and let's say for the sake of argument, after 4 games, it's tied 2-2, and it's the best of 3. That's more than any of us expected, which brings me to this question, Wendy. Can the New York Knicks possibly win this series?
So let me just say this. If the Knicks want to win this series, then Game 2 is a must-win. And you may think that's strange, and I'm not even trying to take the focus off Game 1. The Celtics, for various reasons, a lot of it self-inflicted, drop home games. I don't know why. They just do. They did it throughout the season. They actually were a better road team than they were at home during the course of the season, especially when it comes to the top teams. The Knicks have been unbelievable on the road in the playoffs. Guys, they're 4-0. And I realize that the Pistons are inexperienced, but still, you go in there and win 3 games in Detroit, including winning the closeout game there. That's really impressive. But they haven't been great at the Garden. So I know the Celtics can play great on the road, and the Knicks have been a little suspect at the Garden so far in the playoffs, losing a couple of times at home to the Pistons. So if you're serious, if you really believe in this, Perk, if you think that this is real and this wasn't just variance, and look, Brunson was great in the fourth quarter, and really the Knicks' formula for this whole postseason is just get the fourth quarter with it in sight for Brunson. When he comes in the game after his rest with 8 or 9 minutes left, if it's within 10 points, I think the Knicks have got a chance against anybody. But that's their strategy. I think if you want to believe it, that this can go, that this can happen for the Knicks, then you win Game 2. You win Game 2, now you have my attention.
Perk, hold up. I mean, this is the first time this has ever happened in the history of First Take. I'm ready to throw Wendy off the air. I mean, do you see the melancholy, the mood? I mean, do you see it right there? I mean, I ask him a question. He's like, what the hell is going on? I mean, this is unbelievable. Perk, take it away, because I don't know. I'm about to lose my mind with Brian Windhorst, one of the great NBA analysts in America. I can't believe how he is sounding this morning. The blasphemy. Go ahead, Perk. Go ahead, man.
Well, let me say this. The Knicks could have played. The Knicks could have played better as well. They didn't have a flawless game. They struggled in the first half. They had some dumbass turnovers. Karl Anthony Towns was in foul trouble. Jalen Brunson was in foul trouble. So they got some things that they correct. And guess what, Stephen A? If I'm the New York Knicks, my motto is pigs get fat and hogs get slaughtered. Damn it, you get greedy. You get greedy. Wendy say it's a must-win in game 2. Damn it, you go in there and you try to take 2. You stay composed. You stick to your game plan. Shout out to Tom Thibodeau again for switching it up. I know it didn't seem like it was going to work in the first half. The switching of Karl Anthony Towns on Jaylen Brown and Jayson Tatum, they were getting by him, but Tom Thibodeau trusted it. He stuck with it. And guess what? When it was time to get stops in the fourth quarter, those size 21s were moving on the perimeter. Jalen Brunson, one of the worst defenders in the NBA individually, those feet were moving on the perimeter. This was the worst thing that could have happened for the Boston Celtics, is giving this New York team life. When you have a team down and they don't have belief, you keep them down. But now all of a sudden, this team got belief and they got confidence. And by the way, SA, I'm going to say this again real quick. That's the Mikal Bridges I want to see. That was the Phoenix Suns Mikal Bridges. Yeah. Not the Brooklyn Nets Mikal Bridges. I want to see the Mikal Bridges that's going to get on your ass like back pockets defensively. That was the Mikal Bridges we saw last night.
Big Perk, I appreciate the analysis, but in fairness to Wendy, since I got on him, I have to get on you too. One of the rules is no cussing. You did it twice. Don't do it again. Now, Wendy, let me get back to you. Jayson Tatum, fourth quarter. What did his performance in the fourth quarter say to you, Brian Windhorst? I'm going to give you a chance to redeem yourself. What did it say to you?
He wanted to sit back and play soft, which I don't understand because he was playing very physical at the other end. This man had 16 rebounds. It wasn't like he wasn't getting contact. For some reason, he looked at Jalen Brunson ahead of him, who he's got 8 or 9 inches on, and he didn't attack him. It happened over and over. Hey, Perk. You're right. Jalen worked hard on defense several possessions in the fourth quarter. There was one time where I was like, wow, look at how hard he worked. But he's still giving up 8 inches. You can't bail him out by taking a step back 3 when he's standing in front of you and the Knicks aren't bringing help. That happened repeatedly with Tatum and Brown down the stretch. You just can't do that. You got to play your advantage. The Celtics didn't do it. There was a stretch, guys, when the Celtics got a 20-point lead where they didn't even bring the ball inside the 3-point line on 7 out of 10 possessions. The ball didn't even go across the line except in the air. You can't play basketball that way.
Go ahead, that's what they do, and that's how they play basketball. See, listen, I played with a guy by the name of Paul Pierce. They call him the Truth, a Hall of Famer, one of the best elite scorers I ever played with. When Paul Pierce shot wasn't falling, Wendy, Stephen A., you know what Paul Pierce did a great job of doing? Getting to the free throw line, right? So that means he was in attack mode. Jayson Tatum, here's the problem that I have with Tatum and Mazzulla at the same time, because he got to help him out and put him in position to be successful. Jayson Tatum is 6'9", 6'10". Jayson Tatum is one of the elite scorers in the game, have 0 flaws offensively, in my opinion. Why doesn't he get more post-ups? Why doesn't he get more post-ups? You run a 5-out type offense. Damn it, put his ass on the block, mid-post area. Let him go to work. And I just don't understand it for the life of me. Why have him as a ball handler running pick and roll after pick and roll after pick and roll? He's 6'9", 6'10" with the complete package. Put him in position, Joe Mazzulla. Get out of your ways at times when your recipe is not cooking. It doesn't taste good. Go to something else.
I'll say this couple of quick comments about Jayson Tatum. Number one, he's one of the best players in the world, and he's a reigning, defending NBA champion. And he will always have my respect. He's one of the elite players in the game. But last night's performance, particularly in the fourth quarter and overtime, reminded us of the Olympics. Reminded us and gave thoughts as to why was this man sitting on the bench during Olympic competition, chosen by Steve Kerr to do so. It had you thinking about that because you heard how he was looking in practice and stuff like that. You certainly saying to yourself, if he's looking like that in practice, you know, even though you still find yourself saying you should have found a way to play him, in the end, that would give you cause to pause when you see that kind of performance because he's much better than that. But he just didn't look that great last night in the fourth quarter and overtime. As a matter of fact, he looked awful in the fourth quarter and overtime. So we'll leave it at that.